Good morning, everyone. My name is Sydney Koerber, and today I'll be presenting Senate Bill 2282 SD1, Hawaii's bill relating to abortion care. This is the agenda of this presentation today. I'll start off by going over what exactly SB 2282 entails. I will also address Hawaii's historical perspective of abortion. I will then get into the relevance of Senate Bill 2282 in Hawaii's current healthcare environments. And then I will speak about the benefits of passing this bill and along with some of the perspectives like pro-life versus pro-choice that go into passing Senate Bill 2282 on abortion care. Senate Bill 2282 was introduced in January 2022 after the states of Texas and Mississippi had made allegations that they were going to set forth and pursue banning abortion in their states. The state of Hawaii initiated this bill in January before the overturning of Roe v. Wade in June of this year, almost anticipatorily. The state of Hawaii saw what Texas and Mississippi were kind of heading towards, and so they decided to act. So this bill was initiated in January, and the bill addresses three main topics and has made three main revisions. The first topic is redefining abortion care in the state of Hawaii. The second revision is a change and including more diverse language in regards to the population that can receive and is eligible for abortions. And that third objective is addressing the legal scopes of practice for providers and APRNs in the state of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii and the topic of abortion have an interesting relationship with one another. So even though Hawaii was the last state to be annexed into the US in 1950, it was actually the first state to legalize abortion in 1970. The state of Hawaii currently has 25 legislative districts. 24 of those 25 districts are actually governed or represented by a Democratic leader. And it is interesting because Hawaii is a melting pot. There are a high number of individuals from every corner of the Pacific that have moved here, along with people from the continental US moving in. And there's also a high number of military personnel stationed here across the islands. All these populations coming together, create this society of differing beliefs, cultures, and ethnicities. And it's interesting to see that with all this diversity we have demographically, that the perspective of abortion is typically adheres to more of a pro-choice perspective. The relevance of passing Senate Bill 2282, particularly in Hawaii's healthcare environments, is quite complex. The state itself, while it has always spearheaded the topic of abortion through its laws and through its practices, the state of Hawaii actually faces a plethora of barriers in providing its population with accessible abortion care. The first and arguably biggest barrier we see here is geographically. There are 7 inhabited islands that make up the state of Hawaii, all of which, in order to get from one island to another, you must travel by air. There are no ferries, there are no bridges that connect the islands. So if an individual wanted to seek out abortion care, they would have to fly from any island to one of the 2 islands that provide abortion care. There's a provider in Oahu and a provider in Maui that are able to perform abortions. During the pandemic around 2019, 2020, the state of Hawaii actually decided to expand upon this new initiative of telehealth and piloted a teleabortion program. The whole concept of this program was to have providers, regardless of what island they were on, be able to reach patients in neighboring places or neighboring islands through a telehealth appointment. So these teleabortion appointments allowed providers to prescribe patients pregnancy terminating medications. And the success rate they found with this pilot program was actually remarkably high. There was a 95.8 success rate with utilizing teleabortion in providing safe and successful abortion care to patients regardless of what island they lived on. Considering that flying is the only mode of transportation for inter-island travel, this does present some socioeconomic factors in regards to accessing abortion care. So in 1976, the Hyde Amendment was passed, and this amendment stated that there was no federal funding of abortion. This amendment is still in act today, and considering the population of Hawaii, seeing that we have a high influx of Pacific immigrants and military personnel, many of these individuals receive healthcare coverage through federal funded programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and for the military, covered by TRICARE. If any of these individuals covered by those insurance entities needed abortion care, it would have to come out of pocket. Here in Hawaii, the cost of living is so high, it's often difficult to even, buy food or cover rent, let alone have health insurance. So there's a high number of individuals that are not medically insured on the islands. This high cost of living and the lack of legal protections outlined in Hawaii's current abortion care bill leads to a low physician reimbursement. We see a decreased number of physicians across the islands willing to perform abortion care because they don't want to risk the legal and financial repercussions of performing abortions. So between the high cost of living and the low legal protection found in Hawaii's current abortion bill, providers simply just don't want to come to the state to perform what they are legally able to. If Senate Bill 2282 was passed, there would be an increase of accessibility to safe abortion care, an increased level of legal protection surrounding APRNs and provider scope of practice, and there would be an increase of inclusivity regarding the patient population eligible for this care. If we are able to rewrite and redefine the legal parameters written in this bill to further protect APRNs and providers, I truly believe there would be an increase in providers willing to perform abortions, therefore leading to an increased accessibility of abortion care. Senate Bill 2282 defines its patient population eligible for abortion care as pregnant persons. Hawaii's previous abortion bill only used the word female in regards to people who can receive abortions. By changing the word female to pregnant persons, includes transgender and gender non-binary individuals. The LGBTQ community already faces reproductive healthcare disparities. So being able to change the verbiage in Senate Bill 2282 to include individuals that identify as transgender or gender non-binary will expand the influence and reach corners of the patient population that have not necessarily been acknowledged in the past. Including these individuals in that patient population will boost initiative to seek out safe and appropriate abortion care if necessary. The topic of abortion has historically been divided into a pro-life versus pro-choice perspective. Literature has shown that pro-life ideals are often rooted in religious morality and have varying beliefs on when life truly begins for a fetus. And so in the state of Hawaii, we do see the pro-life perspective advocated in the political arena. However, it is definitely not as prevalent as what would be considered a pro-choice perspective on the bill. This pro-life ideation also seems to be founded within religion, and it often intertwines religious ideals and stigmas around abortion. Um, when looking at on Congress's website in regards to the testimony submitted for Senate Bill 2282, there are around 50, and only 2 of those testimonies were in opposition of passing Senate Bill 2282. Senate Bill 2282 states that the state does not possess the legal ability to interfere with a pregnant person's right to choose or obtain an abortion of a non-viable fetus. The bill also continues in saying that, abortion is necessary to protect the life or the health of the pregnant person. And in one of the testimonies, Planned Parenthood of Hawaii wrote, this bill eliminates any provisions that threaten criminal punishment for health providers. And in revising these provisions legally for providers should eliminate any sort of criminal prosecution, and should also increase a willingness for providers to perform abortion care. The pro-choice perspective is seen across the nursing perspective here in the state of Hawaii. So many concerns that had been brought up in written testimonies when SB 2282 kind of came into committee and at the House of Representatives was that the legal vernacular needs to be really honed in and revised, ensuring that this bill has strong legal parameters regarding the scope of practice of providers eligible to perform abortion care will be crucial in how many healthcare providers actually are willing to perform it. Improving access to all pregnant persons by using gender neutral language will also reach areas of the population that so desperately need access to abortion care. And additionally, from a nursing perspective, many entities like, American Nurses Association of Hawaii and the Hawaii Advanced Practice Nurses Association all agree that ensuring abortion care is available and ensuring that the legal precautions taken to protect providers will be crucial in seeing an increase of accessibility of abortion. Some recommendations for Senate Bill 2282 before it's fully enacted include that evaluation and revision of legal parameters surrounding the bill, therefore increasing protection for abortion providers. And in the meantime, while this bill is underway and under revision, reutilizing teleabortion care can increase accessibility to Hawaii's residents, and being able to provide this care and being innovative with the technologies we have available, the state can drastically see an increase of abortion accessibility. The next 2 slides are my reference slides if y'all are interested, but thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and I will be accepting any questions on the discussion board. Thank you.